glorious rather and laborious, and they have brought another model though. Good afternoon, welcome to Turbo Tortoise Tech. If you're new here, I'm Reese of the 4-piece variety Wookie Triple XL, and I've got a brand new Model V2, which I've been testing now for basically the last week. And what a great mouse, honestly. On the initial impressions, just taking it out of the box, the improvement in build quality is significant. They've really knocked that out of the park. Just everything has improved. Every single finishing product around it, I'm a lot happier. And I really like the white with the gray finish. It gives that PS1 era, a little bit like old school, new school, you know, retro wave type of effect. So I genuinely think that this is their best version of the Model O to date. And I'm going to give you a step-by-step as to why. Let's start off with package contents. Well, you get obviously the mouse, you get a really nice connecting block, a really nice dongle with Glorious on it, an incredibly good flex cable, ends off in a Type-C, and then a USB 2. I'm surprised it's not USB 3. You can identify that by the actual connecting block. The face that you can see on the front would have extra pins in the bottom over here if it was USB 3. So it's just a USB 2 cable put into a Type-C, which is fine. I mean, it doesn't need to take honestly that much current. All the little extras though about us with like their history and where you can find more information about the other products they do, and even an extra year warranty by scanning this QR code and registering your product. Glorious will give you a 3rd year warranty on the product, which is kind of sick. And then there's a little information thing for how to use the brightness of the mouse if you don't want to install the software. Then you can, there are a lot of functions and stuff built into the mouse. Nice little Glorious sticker. So really nicely done package. And even the box, I really liked it because everything that you generally need or would want to know about the mouse is right down the back of the package. So if you were buying this off a shelf in a store, you could just pick it up and see like 90% of the pertinent information. The only thing that's missing off of there for me is the acceleration rating, which is 50G though. The new BAM 2.0 sensor is not messing around. Before we get to that though, let's just have a look at the mouse itself and some of the physical design changes that are going on over here. So primarily, the first thing I noticed is when I took it out, the hump has been moved way more centrally into the middle of the mouse compared to the previous version that had more of a long bonnet car style, whereas this is more of like a mid-engine supercar type of effect. And the result of that is it actually still fits quite nicely in the hand. I don't really have any issues with the size. I would like a bit of a broader mouse because I've got, you know, the like 20% more palm than normal, for whatever reason. I just have particularly wide hands. So it does disappear as far as width goes into the hand. But look at the length, it's really good. I mean, and I've got nearly 20 centimeter long hands. So yeah, they are a little bit on the, you know, I clap well. Invite me to your next event. I'm good as an applauser in the audience. The grooves and stuff I really like. They seem very aggressive, but they actually fit really well. I was kind of worried about the outside edge, but absolutely no annoyance on the finger that sits and picks up over there. It's actually really comfortable and easy to use because of those two sort of primary changes. Looking at it from the top, you'll also notice it is like a little bit narrower like that, but the kinks in the side are really well done because they're positive, as it were, like that, instead of being negative, aiding in that lift off sort of sweep and lift type of practice that you would be doing with Model O. The thumb buttons on the side are perfectly placed. Once again, the location and stuff I felt was really good. Right hand side, just nice branding over there with the Model O 2 around the front. But you can see from the quality of the plastic in the close-ups and stuff compared to the first generation Model O, we've moved ahead considerably in general build quality and stuff. Buttons as well move all the way to the back, pretty good clicks. They sound pretty good, they're nice and crisp, they feel very good, they're very Omron-y. They are their own ones, 80 million lifetime, and they do have a very nice, snappy, crisp click to them. Now we move around the bottom. when things start to get a little bit spicy, especially with the functions of this mouse. So you'll notice there's an off setting, then you've got 2.4 and Bluetooth as well. So this can connect, it's got a 2-in-1 radio. A lot of the radios and stuff can be made 2-in-1 and quite light these days. Very nicely done. Sensor hole there, right in the middle of the mouse where we wanted. DPI indicator next to that on the bottom of the mouse. So you can just flip up, check, double tap for your DPI and go back to using, you know, your correct DPI. The feet as well, I have to be the most glidiest out of the box feet. One of them, like they definitely knocked out the anti-friction. You can see PTFE is doing very well. Is a little bit front heavy, the mouse, but not by much. It's not like uber insane. It wasn't like the first Model D that I tested. The Model D wired, when I tested that, every time I picked it up, it felt like it was going into me like that. So nothing nothing that extreme, thank goodness. Generally, the balance and the weight, I mean, this is 68 grams for the wireless, and the wired is even lighter at 59 grams, I think it was. Yeah, 59 grams. I mean, this is like air. It's literally air on this mouse. So the weight and the stuff, they've really knocked out of the park. I mean, just look at that build quality. That for me is pretty much the long and the short of this review. Is the build quality bumped it up considerably. So instead of being a $65 product, even at $100, it's going to be about $2,000 locally. I don't see anything that's this quality at this sort of price. It's very, very, very good. Like I say, build quality wise, I'm kind of enamored by it. They've done a hell of a good job. Now let's talk about the BAMF sensor and the software, right? So the software had a couple of improvements to it. I've got to say the general look and feel and layout and stuff is better, but I have had issues with the firmware updates. It's just a little bit clunky right now. It kind of works, doesn't work. And then after I did the update, I have a consistent issue where on the first boot of my PC, I have to disconnect from the dongle, connect it to the mouse, and then reconnect the dongle for it to work on the wireless mode. It also doesn't give me the battery percentage on the wireless mode, which is kind of annoying. So a little bit of work, I think, needs to still happen there as the product is being rolled out to get that sort of smoothed out. It's generally been their weaker area, but I'm pleased to say at least the new software looks pretty damn good. But then the sensor, the BAMF 2.0 sensor, is significantly better than the previous edition. Because I'm a TrueMove Pro driver every day, that's the only true one-to-one sensor currently even still in the market. Most get to like 99% or 99.5 or 99.7, but there's no true one-for-one tracking sensor that isn't the TrueMove Pro. And that's what I daily drive. I'm used to that. So if there is even just a tiniest little bit of jitter, even by a millimeter, I can usually pick it up. And honestly, this had so little, it was so comfortable, I used it for 2 full days. I generally use stuff for their battery life so that I can at least get a battery test, but I recharged and carried on using this, even for a day full after that. And I was just like, what a great mouse. This is absolutely fantastic. If I was in the market for a wireless, this would be in my top 5, more than likely. And just based off of price, more than likely it would be the one that I go for. However, battery life is still a problem. It's basically exactly the same as it was last generation. I don't know if this one is faulty. It might be, so take this with a pinch of salt, but a full day of usage, about 12 hours, I got 50% to 50% of the battery with full RGB LED and stuff going. If I turn that off, it like used 10% battery. So the RGB really absolutely smashes the battery from what I can see. So if you want just a clean mouse with no RGB, that you're going to use like a lot every day, then it would probably be better, honestly, that you just turn off the LED by the looks of things. If the LED is full, like going full tilt, full, like not even full brightness, it's on 60% brightness. And it does look really good though with it, but yeah, battery life was a little bit off. But yeah, as you'll see with the performance testing of the BAMF sensor, just showing you some CSGO clips over there, it's hella good. It's really, really nice. All of the buttons are programmable. It's got 6. It's got 1 in the scroll over there as well. The DPI, obviously left and right, and then your 2 thumb buttons. And all of them feel fantastic. They're all really good. Much better than the first generation stuff, that's for damn sure. So yeah, I think this is easily their best foot forward to date. Model O Pro and this are basically the same money, and this is the one I would take. Just build quality, feel, everything wise. this is like by far the best mouse that I've tested from Glorious to date, easily. Their newest, latest and greatest. I'm sure they would like to hear that. But yeah, the new shape, it's good, guys, and ambi. So if you're a lefty as well, you can use it like that. And I know some of you are used to doing this with your thumb buttons, but the feel, no matter which hand you're using it in, is really damn good. Anywho, that is all I have for you on the new Glorious Model O version 2. The stock will be coming to Evetech probably in the next few weeks, so just have a look out for that new arrival section, because now that exists and you can see as soon as the product does come into stock. Until then, if you guys have enjoyed this review, please do hit us up with a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side.